But that's what they're really talking about. They're talking about these interdimensional beings and the darkest.
But what truth does it reveal? And why, after centuries, is it suddenly gaining attention again? Join us as we bring you how Joe Rogan reveals that the Vatican just shut down the Book of Enoch after it revealed this.
Ancient Book of Enoch is a book that was quite popular during the first 700 years of church history, but then faded from sight. Nobody republished it. It disappeared.
Joe Rogan has never been one to shy away from controversial topics, whether it's government conspiracies, ancient civilizations, or hidden knowledge. He thrives on exploring ideas that challenge mainstream narratives. That's exactly why the Book of Enoch, a mysterious text rejected by the Vatican, fits right into his wheelhouse. On his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, he has hosted numerous guests who specialize in lost history, suppressed knowledge, and religious mysteries. From Graham Hancock, who questions mainstream archaeology, to Randall Carlson, who dives into ancient catastrophes, Rogan consistently explores the idea that history, as we know it, might not be the full story. And when it comes to religious texts, he's particularly fascinated by the ones that were left out of the Bible. So, what makes a book like Enoch so interesting to Rogan? It's simple. He loves a good mystery, and when religious institutions actively reject something, it only fuels more curiosity. Why was this book excluded? What secrets does it contain? And more importantly, was it hidden from the public on purpose? Rogan has a knack for questioning authority, whether it's in politics, science, or religion. He often argues that institutions, especially powerful ones like the Vatican, have a long history of controlling narratives. That's why discussions about the Book of Enoch tend to focus on whether the church had an agenda in keeping it out of the official biblical canon. Was it because it challenged traditional teachings? Did it contain knowledge that would shift the way people understand Christianity? These are the kinds of questions that make Rogan's listeners lean in closer. One of his most interesting discussions on this topic happened when he spoke with Dr. Michael Heiser, a biblical scholar who specializes in ancient texts. Heiser explained how the Book of Enoch describes angels, the Watchers, coming down to earth, teaching humans secret knowledge, and ultimately corrupting them. This concept, divine beings interacting with humans, challenges mainstream Christian teachings, and that alone might explain why the church distanced itself from the text. Beyond just Enoch, Rogan has also talked about other banned or forgotten religious texts. The Gospel of Thomas, for example, contains sayings attributed to Jesus that paint a very different picture of Christianity. The Dead Sea Scrolls have reshaped scholars' understanding of early Judaism and the roots of Christianity. The idea that religious institutions could have actively hidden certain books because they didn't align with their agenda is exactly the kind of discussion Rogan thrives on. You may ask yourself, if the Vatican ignored or even suppressed the Book of Enoch, then the big question is, what's actually in it? Why would this ancient text be so controversial that it was left out of the Bible? To understand why Joe Rogan and so many others are fascinated by it, we need to take a deeper look at what this book actually says. The Book of Enoch is an ancient Jewish text believed to have been written between 300 BCE and 100 CE. It is traditionally attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, the same Noah from the famous flood story. Unlike many other biblical figures, Enoch stands out because the Bible states that he didn't die. Instead, he was taken by God, Genesis 5:24, a mysterious statement that has fueled speculation for centuries. Some believe he ascended into a